Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Thursday, July 14th slate of MLB action. I'm super excited to dive into it. We do actually have some really great games on as of today, so I am excited to actually watch some baseball. But without any further ado, I did just want to go ahead and say that we are still currently on the road to 7,000 subscribers. At the time of recording this video, we're less than 400 away, so if you guys are new, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. And thank you guys so much for giving me such a small channel, such a big chance, as I always say. So, without any further ado, we have had a rough last 2 days, to be honest. We've had a lot of really bad beats, and we had 2 really bad beats once again today. So, we'll go ahead and talk about it here just for a minute. So, we'll do a quick recap, like I always say. So, first, we did have the Rockies team total under 2.5, and this was just an absolutely awful beat. The Rockies did not score a single run until the 5th inning, and then they scored 3. So they ended up hitting the over in the bottom of the 5th inning. There's just absolutely nothing you can do about that. It was super annoying. But they did end up hitting that over. Then we did have the Marlins run line in the first 5 versus the Pirates. Unfortunately, the Marlins did have 2 left on base in the bottom of the 4th. They had a guy on 1st and 3rd, and they just were not able to score either of them. So that happened, and then the Pirates, through 5 innings, literally had 1 hit, and that 1 hit scored. So it was just very unfortunate. But you know, so those were the 2 losses. But luckily for us, we did have the Astros and the Angels no-run first inning, and that one did save us just a little bit, not a whole lot, but it did end up saving us just a touch. So we ended up going 1-2 on the day. But I'm feeling good about today's plays. Hopefully they end up working out. We need some winners. That's for sure. We need some winners. I'm feeling good. I love my Nerfy. My Nerfy, I'm locking it in. I might even slap it in as 2 units. Actually, yeah, we'll throw it in as 2 units. I really like this play. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. Our first play of the day, we're going to be taking the White Sox and the Minnesota Twins no-run first inning at minus 115 odds. Now, if you take a look at it, the White Sox, they are 18th when it comes to runs per game. So, they definitely are kind of towards that lower echelon when it comes to runs scored just over the course of the game in general. But Minnesota is also 9th, which normally would scare me off of a bet like this. They are top 10 when it comes to runs per game. But if you take a look at it, they average 4.2 runs per game at home versus 4.93 on the road. So they're actually a better hitting team, and like when it comes to scoring runs just in general, they're actually better on the road. So I'll definitely take my odds with that one versus their 4.2 at home. So I really like that. They are a much better team on the road when it comes to scoring runs as opposed to being at home. Minnesota is also 10th when it comes to runs allowed. So they are a pretty good defensive team just in general. The White Sox, on the flip side of things, they are 23rd when it comes to runs per game. They average 3.81 on the road, which is a little, so the White Sox, not necessarily the greatest defensive team just in general, but they actually average 3.81 runs per game on the road allowed versus their 5.57 at home. So they actually give up a ton more at home. So this is a very advantageous spot for both teams. So hopefully it ends up working out for us. Chicago is also 22nd when it comes to first inning runs per game, so they don't really score a whole lot of runs in that first inning. So hopefully they do that for us once again. Johnny Cueto is going to be on the mound here for the White Sox as well. He is 9-2 to the Nerfy with a 2.91 ERA, a 2.23 ERA in his last 5, and a 1.74 ERA on the road. So he has been very solid pitcher here for us, and he's been really good to the Nerfy. So I think that we do see a lot of value there. And on the flip side of things, if you couldn't think it got any better, well, it kind of did. Sonny Gray is going to be on the mound here for the Twins. He is 11-1 to the Nerfy with a 3.03 ERA just over the course of the season and a 2.83 ERA at home. So I think this is a very advantageous spot for both of these teams. I think that it's great value. So we're going to be riding with it. That's going to be our first play of the day. White Sox and Twins, no run first inning at minus 115 odds. Now for our second play of the day, we're taking the Pirates team total over 3.5 versus Miami at plus 104 odds. I think that this is a very good value for one of the early games. I think this is actually the first game on the slate. Not entirely sure on that one, but I know it's a little bit earlier, but we're taking their team total over 3.5. Pittsburgh is 28th when it comes to runs per game. I know. Definitely not a spot that I would normally want to target, especially not for a team total over. But I think that this line is pretty high for them, and I think that it's high for a reason. If you take a look at it, Miami is 13th in runs allowed. Once again, definitely not terrible. They're kind of in that mid tier right there. But Braxton Garrett is going to be on the mound for the Marlins, and I do know that one pitcher on the Marlins that you do want to target or go against is going to be Braxton Garrett. He either pitches like a Cy Young winner or he pitches like he has never played a game of baseball in his entire life. He is definitely one side or the other. He's very inconsistent, but he does have a 4.33 ERA over the course of the season and a 5.63 ERA at home. So I think that we do see a ton of value here. He has not been great over the course of the season, but he's been even worse at home. So I really do like that. And if it does end up getting to the bullpen, Miami has the 12th worst bullpen in the entire bullpen ERA, in the entire MLB. So I think that we do see a little bit of value there, especially with a guy like Braxton Garrett going to be on the mound and versus a Pirates team that's actually been able to score runs pretty well here recently. So that is our second play of the day. Pirates team total over 3.5 versus Miami at plus 104 odds. Now for our third and final play of the day, we're going to be taking the Reds plus 1.5 here versus the Yankees at minus 125 odds. Now normally I wouldn't want to take a play like this, but especially betting on a team like the Reds, but they're red hot right now. They're currently on a 4-game win streak, and I really don't think that it's going to continue, but I do think that they will make things interesting. The Yankees, they are first when it comes to runs per game. Cincinnati is 19th. So technically, New York does have the better hitting offense just over the course of the season. But if you take a look at the last 3 games, Cincinnati is 5th when it comes to runs per game. They have been blistering when it comes to the bats that they have just in general. They've been really good at hitting the ball. They've been really good at scoring runs. And the Yankees are 13th in their last 3 games. So Cincinnati has technically been the better offensive team over the last 3 games, and so hopefully that does continue for us. Also in the last 3 games, Cincinnati is 15th when it comes to runs allowed, so they've definitely stepped up their defense as well. I believe that they were like 28th or 29th in runs allowed over the course of the season. The Yankees are 27th, so they have actually been giving up a lot of runs here recently. So I do think that the Reds can keep it close. And obviously in their last game, the Yankees were up by like 3-0, and then the Reds came back, and I think they scored 4 runs in like the 9th inning to be able to hit the over, or to be able to like steal that game away pretty much. But what made me really like this play was Luis Castillo is going to be on the mound here for the Reds with a 2.92 ERA over the course of the season, a 2.25 on the road, and a 2.53 in his last 5. So he has been very, very good here for this Reds team just in general. And so hopefully he continues that for us. On the flip side of the mound for the Yankees, Nestor Cortez is going to be on the mound. He's also been pretty decent over the course of the season with a 2.74 ERA. But in his last 5 games, he's actually at a 4.81, so he has started to trend in the wrong direction, and that's definitely when we want to target it. So not only has the team been trending in the wrong direction, the starting pitcher has been as well. So hopefully it ends up working out for us. That's our third and final play of the day. Reds plus 1.5 here versus the Yankees at minus 125 odds. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we are still currently on the road to 7,000 subscribers, so if you guys are new, make sure that you guys are subbed. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. This is King Center signing out. Peace.